boy, this is going to be a really good chapter to dissect. Very fun one at the very least. So I've been rewatching The Godfather, and there's a couple of scenes in that movie, because it's an absolute masterpiece of a film. Absolutely critically acclaimed, great piece of film. And there's a couple of scenes in that movie that kind of read the same way that this chapter read. You got the family members, sitting around a table discussing ways of how to carry out like an assassination attempt. Pretty much. And so that's what happened in this chapter. And I said in my last review that if we actually got the plan, it was pretty much a guarantee that it was going to fail, okay? And if we didn't get the plan, then it was going to succeed. We got the plan. Guess what, boys? It's going to be an absolute foul-up. I mean, this whole thing, I cannot wait for this entire plan to just go 100% wrong. And the thing about the plan overall is that it's convenient in the sense that a lot of things have to go right for it to be executed correctly. And it's like, no, like nobody's that freaking lucky, Capone. I'm sorry. And so many things can go wrong. Oh my gosh, so many things can go wrong out of this. Like in The Godfather, the plan is very simple, all right? Clemenza's like, yo, Mikey, all right? You're gonna go to the restaurant, all right? Try to eat good food, take a couple of drinks of wine, relax, get the other two to relax. Then you ask permission to go take a leak. Go to the bathroom. There's a gun waiting for you in one of the toilets. You get the gun, you come out, spray it, all right? And don't take any risks. 2 headshots apiece. Bada bing, bada boom, you out of there. Let's go. It's neat and simple. Capone is asking, all right, not only is it's not going to be 2 headshots apiece, it's going to be three shots because they got 3 rocket launchers. Who's going to be firing these things? Can Capone fire 3 of these bazooka rockets like by himself at the same time? He's looking for a 5-second window. Whoever's in charge of those rocket launchers better have some type of God who's up level aim in this. Because if they mess up, and even Capone admits to this in the beginning of the chapter when he's talking to Vito, all right, 1 moment after those 5 seconds, and it's over, because we're going to have commanders up our ass. And that's why, that the plan is kind of like, really just sketchy, when part of the plan is that they have to leave even if it succeeds. Even if they take down Big Mom the way that Capone is planning to, they're not planning on staying at all. They're getting the hell out of there. Planning on ripping this picture of Mother Caramel in half. And I believe I read some theories that it could be that picture could be of Bonnie, because Bonnie has the ability to manipulate her age, so that maybe, Big Mom has some connection with her and that she thinks that Bonnie is actually older. Maybe Bonnie's actually older, but she manipulates her age to look a lot younger than she actually is. Or, maybe Pudding did something to Big Mom's memory to make her think that Mother Caramel was actually important, when in fact is that, she's actually not. The important part is that Big Mom loves that picture and she freaks out, all right, when something happens to it. It's happened in the past. I thought it was really cool how they basically, they didn't like hype her up like Kaido, because Kaido, he's been in prison, like he was gonna get decapitated, the guillotines, like the spears would burst, they wouldn't be able to hurt him. And it sounds like Big Mom has some type of, like the same type of armor, maybe not at Kaido's level, but she also has like this iron body type of technique that she has. Might be some type of advanced armament hockey that her and Kaido have that is activated all around their bodies. But in Big Mom's case, if she ever enters a state of crisis, that shield goes down and, it creates an opening of 5 seconds in which Capone can use to attack her. So, at the sound of Pudding's gunshot, and by the way, I thought Sanji seemed very confident about being able to dodge the shot, but at the sound of the gunshot, that's when they rip the picture. There's a 3-second delay. Luffy comes in there, and he says he's going to use that delay to rescue the Vinsmokes. I don't know how he's going to do it in 3 seconds. Maybe he's just going to punch them out of the way or something. And then Luffy begins to act as a decoy to create that opening for Capone to shoot. Just a bunch of stuff that could go wrong with this plan. Like, for example, they're counting on Pudding, firing that shot. But what if Luffy is in hiding, waiting to, do his entrance thing? What if somebody shoots a gun just because, they're dicking around or whatever, and Luffy takes that as the signal and they blow their cover? Like, that's bad, all right? Also, you got 3 rocket launchers, which means you're probably going to need 2 extra men to fire those things, right? And those people better hit the freaking mark, because I'm not even sure that three rocket launchers will be enough to take down a Yonko. Another thing is, for example, Capone is actually counting on Big Mom freaking out, unleashing this wave of sound or fury, and even if she activates her King's Hockey, right, which was great that we got that revealed, confirmed Conqueror's Haki for Big Mom. Let's say she activates those things. What if one of the commanders like is able to withstand that and he's still in the game? What if he gets that and he's just so strong that he's like, no, I can do this. I can still see what's going on, and then he messes up the plan for them. That's another thing. Also, Carrot was suspiciously quiet in this chapter. She was like just staring, and I don't know what's going on through her head. Another thing is, who the hell thought it would be a good idea to leave Caesar in charge of their only exit? Like, who did that? Oh my gosh, that was just such a bad idea. Gastino, or Gastini as he's called in this chapter, is going to be floating around holding this mirror so that everybody can jump in and get the hell out of there. No, listen, when you're doing some type of a mission like this, all right, you have to have a good, reliable exit strategy. And Caesar, he's not the most reliable guy. What if he gets scared out of his freaking mind and drops the mirror? What if he just like decides to dip because he's like, oh no, like I'm out of here. Like this is getting out of control. It's getting ugly. Like, I mean, there needs to be somebody more reliable to be the last man out the door. It's the way that usually when you do that in the army, you have somebody who's reliable at the rear. Now let's play devil's advocate and let's say that Caesar actually does his job right. Brûlé has to be there to grant access people in and out of the mirror world, right? So what if Brûlé allows, some of the people that are not the Straw Hats or Capone or Jinbei to get in there? What if she allows, Commander Starch or Smoothie or even Big Mom to get in there and chase after, the people that are trying to escape? I think that's what's going to happen. I think somebody's going to get a hold of Capone or Luffy as they're trying to escape, and they're going to be pulled into the mirror world. Not only that, but Brûlé technically has access to all of the mirrors. So what I'm thinking is that after they get onto their ships via the mirror, they have to smash those things into the ground so that they don't run the risk of being chased after. Another thing, and this is very, very suspect, because Capone said, the moment we land on our ships, this alliance is dissolved. It's over. We're done. So if that's actually the way that he's thinking about this whole thing right now, who's to say that if something goes wrong during the wedding, and it probably will, who's to say he doesn't sell out the Straw Hats? Who's to say he doesn't betray them if things get heavy, if things get really, really bad? Who's to say he just doesn't betray them right there and then? Also, nobody really mentioned the fact that, whether they end up ripping that picture or not, Big Mom is going to freak out anyway. She's going to end up freaking, maybe, I don't know if she's going to freak out to that extent, but she's going to end up, going into a crisis stage anyway, because there is the Tamate Bako box that once it's open, it's going to explode. So, I mean, and I don't think that anybody's considering this as part of the plan. I don't think they know that thing is rigged with explosives. So that's another thing going against this plan, that an explosion is going to happen there. So yeah, I can't wait for this entire plan to go to hell. I was kind of disappointed in the fact that Big Mom, when she found out that Brooke wasn't moving, she actually thought that was the real Brooke. But, she's too happy anyway. So yeah, the higher the expectations, the more disappointed she's going to be when it all just, burns to the ground. Also, Ichiji's tattoo, I don't know if that's supposed to mean anything. I just thought it was cool. Cool design. My man, Ichiji. We got the name of like 2 guests, I think, or at least 2 parties of guests. So there's like the Raffeld or Raffeld conglomerate, and also the Morganis. So I don't know. I wonder if those are familiar faces or if they're actually just being introduced now. Last but definitely not least, based off of that final page that we get with Pudding, her dialogue specifically, I get the strong feeling that no matter what happens, I think Pudding is going to end up leaving Whole Cake Island after this arc. That would explain why she was thinking about Lola when she was out on the balcony, and just the fact that she says like, oh man, this is going to be a pain in the ass. I don't think she's comfortable where she's at. And she actually says that she's thinking about like, I don't want like this dress, I guess, to be stained with blood. So she might not even shoot him, or, and again, if she doesn't do the shooting, then the signal doesn't go off and people are going to be like, wait, are we supposed to go now? Do we go? What's going on? So again, this plan just depends on a lot of things going right, and things can go wrong very, very easily. That's it for me. By the way, despite the fact that she's kind of a bitch, she looks really good in that dress. So yeah, very, very nice. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you appreciate it. Subscribe if you're just finding me for the first time. I do One Piece reviews every week. Comment down below with your thoughts. Thank you. Bye.